Greetings in the mighty name of His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie the First, Jah Rastafari. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Jah. Greetings, ones and ones. Give thanks for life. Give thanks for the space and time and the privilege. And give thanks to the ones and ones out there that pay keen attention to I and I word sound in speaking Rastafari and speaking Rastafari through the lens of Rastafari. When I and I word sound Rastafari, I and I word sound Rastafari in relation to a knowing. I and I, too long, I and I as a people have settled in the realms of belief. And when I and I speak Rastafari, I and I speak Rastafari, I and I to know. I and I as lion and lioness are treading in this jungle I call life. It's time for us to know and recognize what is and what not we think or want it to be, but look on it in a practical and a realistic sense. Now, in saying this, I and I, several word sounds I and I intimate, and I reference Father Abraham, and I declare that most of the destruction that I and nation, African Ethiopian people experience is in are at the hands of Father Abraham's children, whether it be biblically speaking Hebrew Israelites, Islam, Christianity. These three are Father Abraham's children. Or if I want to go even a little bit further, we go beyond Father Abraham and take it to Noah. Noah. These destroyers of I and I culture is specifically a specific group of people. Doesn't matter the name, because the name changed, but the pigmentation or the phenome type of them don't change, and the mindset don't change. And a full time now, I and I stop being in denial and recognize these people as I and I enemy. And when I and I say this, I and I not saying it out of sentiments. It's a historical observation. And through I and I lens and I and I observation, especially through the lens of Rastafari, because it's true the knowledge of Rastafari, I and I come, I and I far eye open up and they are awakening where I and I sights up certain things. And I and I like to lay a foundation. And when I and I lay the foundation I and I can stand up on it and know. Not believe, not no spookism, just know. No. I and I, like again, I and I always reference the diabolical enterprise called the transatlantic slave trade. For them destroy I and I identity, took captive, create slaves, and those who refuse them label them. And in labeling, from them time to now, them label I and I as wild, untamed, hence maroon, hence Marcus Garvey, the banana boat, the monkey. Yeah, because these are some of the names of them called the great Marcus. Hence Rastafari. And in doing so, there is a certain sentiments, action that I people endure from them time there until now. And really and truly, most of I believe say this vibration here where I reference to and these people, it start re-slavery. 1492 if you want to go there so. Or if you want to take it further down. From 1492 up until present. But most historians would want to start it this, but I as Rastafari recognize that this antagonist of Ankh nation, Africans, Ethiopians, Hamitic people, Canaanites, black people start. We have a rough estimation starting with Noah 6,000 years ago. Roughly 6,000 years ago. Now, when I reference 6,000 years ago, it's based on this book here. When they brought I over here as captives and turned some of the captives into slaves, they gave them this book. And within this book, there are certain languages that was utilized to describe I. And one of the names from in a Noah time, after the so-called flood, because I come to declare that there was no flood. There was no ship that could have hold Noah, at least 3 and 3 is 6, and Noah and his wife. That's how it go, 7. 3 and 3 are 6. Noah 3 son, them 3 wife. That are 6 and Noah 8. And if me I miss anything else, but roughly 8-9 people. And the rest of it appear animals and you name it, them said upon the ship. But I sighting up certain things come to the realization that the flood is not water. And the northerners, the return of the northerners, the people them are the one, biblically speaking, them say them exiled to Nod. And I recognize that Nod is a coded word for north, the northerners. And them come through in these books and they mention them by many names. And what they did in writing this book, this book here, is the preservation of the genesis of those people and I identify as white people. And within this book, ancient knowledge is in this book. But them insert themselves within this book and create this book to give them anciency. So this book is a representation of the genesis of those people, where I declare as white people, starting with Noah. Now the reason why I declare them as northerners, white people, call them northerners, because them have many names. Because the geographic land space, what them say, the Ark Lodge is a place named a mountain, them say Mount Ararat, and a place located between Iran Turkey, Armenia, up in that region there. And this so now would that be, let's call it the borderline that this divide Europe and Asia. Now, when them come out of the ark, it's a progress. And Noah are just one set. But when you go into them Bible, you recognize many different names. But with the many different names surround a particular geographic land space. And why I and I declare them the flood, and it's not a flood as people, historically speaking, when the ice is and the glacial shift, it open up a space because the ice is them they trap over in the northern side, in the Caucasus side. And them at that time them trap over this or so. Them go through what them go through until when the glacial shift them come out. And when them come through the Caucasus mountain, the same Turkey, Iran, and them come down in the Asiatic black world. Because at them time the people them black. And them flooding. Yes, them flooding. And them go in a many different directions. And them form them own different culture or empires. Now when you hear about Assyrian, Hittites, Amorites, Persians, Babylonians, Akkadians, Mesopotamia, all of these people, and these northerners will come and conquer. Now, the era them called Mesopotamia, before it was named Mesopotamia, the ancient black culture was the Sumer, the blackhead people, that's what them call them, the Sumer, or Sumerians. And the Akkadians come and disrupt the culture there and take it over and establish. Later on became known as the Babylonians. But the Babylonians, if you go by biblical reference, how it go? Cush, one of some Cush established Babylon. But nonetheless, historically speaking, the Akkadians disrupt the Sumerian culture, and it go further now, and some of them went over into the Indus Kush Valley, what them call India today, Pakistan, India, Afghanistan, all of them places there, at the Indus Kush region. And them go over there and smash it out and push out the Dravidian people them. And out of that now, them push them and create a caste system and push them further to the southern region. Even present day when you hear about the Tamils people, them we have fight the Tamil rebels. And the set of Dravidian people them push them all the way as far as south as possible. And then them decide now them a fight on a whole land. But it's an ancient war, just like what I reference again. These pale-faced white people, anyway them come across people who carbonated, or who no love say melanated. But I prefer carbon. Carbonated people. Them aim to destroy. No. Them give it this book and them tell I and I say, because I and I weave, like I say, I and I speak Rastafari, so Rastafari can stand on a foundation and recognize our sovereignty. Because just like all, a matter of fact, even before they came, most of the things them when them are regurgitate back to I and I, is I and I own. But them reformulate it on for them customs and tradition and give it, and when them conquer, them give it. But it is in representation of them. Case in point, if you take note of for them God, him hide knowledge and them punish. Now, white people, them dumb you down and them punish you. So them and them God reflect. And them God take note. Them God always sanction and defend anything when them go through. And I go make some case reference back to the father Abraham. Now, in this book here what them call the Bible, them give and I a story about a man named Father Abraham, and them claims that all are I and I father. But he can never be I and I father. No pale face, European, northern people can't be my father. And when I and I say these things, I and I not saying it because I hate. It has nothing to do with it. It has to do with when I and I speak Rastafari, and I speak Rastafari from a survival perspective. Because this is where it's at right now. But enough of I and I feel. And because I fear to, we feel to, and because I fear, we're afraid to declare them people as your enemy. And some of us get confused because we might meet one and few good ones, and I might fall in love with some of them and have children with them too. And out of this love sentiment and all of that, we believe say, yo, them good, and we try to use the one that I care for to project it on the wider group of them. And this is where we're feeling, because collectively those people have never mean us any good. From the time I Noah come all the way down, I make me give you a case in point. I could start biblically speaking and draw a correlation. I mean, I show you say Noah, Abraham are white people. Now, in the story, them give a story about a man named Noah and him have 3 sons. Shem, Japheth, and Ham. And them claim say Ham are the last one. That's another fallacy, because if them declare Ham as being black, the oldest civilization, the oldest set of people on the planet Earth are black people. So all between Shem, Japheth, and Ham becomes the last son of Noah. But these are the way them try to create them anciency, which they don't have any anciency, and if truth be told, they don't even really know where them come from. More than them pop up. And from them time until now is a slow progress, and sometimes them come fast and hard. And it's always a tug of war between we and them till now they are the ruling class of people, and we now are struggle, and we are subjugated to them and them rules, and we kinda seems like we accept it as if it cannot be changed. And the only reason why it cannot be changed because our mental we refuse to acknowledge ourselves as sovereign people. And if you are sovereign people, you create. And sovereign people don't wait for permission or ask for permission. Sovereign people do by will. And at this Rastafari, when I speak Rastafari, this is what I reconnect I to our sovereign state of being. Now, make we go in now. Now Noah and them 3 sons them. And some part in them story, them claim say, I'm see Noah nakedness. and Noah curse that story you can go, you can go view it out in a Revelation. I mean Genesis 9, you know, and Genesis 9 say how it go. Say father of Canaan saw the nakedness of his father and told his two brethren without. And Shem and Japheth took a garment and laid it upon both their shoulders and went backward and covered the nakedness of their father. And their faces were backward, and they saw not their father's nakedness. And Noah awoke from his wine and knew what his younger son had done unto him. And he said, Cursed be Canaan, a servant of servants shall he be unto his brethren. And he said, Blessed be the Lord God of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servant. God shall enlarge Japheth, and he shall dwell in the tent of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servant. Now, when you come across a sound there now, if Noah, Shem, Japheth, and Ham father, the Lord, Shem God, seems like it different from Ham God. But anyway, them declare Ham to I and I. So you see the first attack in a them story. From Noah's perspective, them attack Ham and them declare to I and I say Ham are the black man. Now, I and I are one would come to believe and say Noah black. But based on the geographic land space, especially up in the Caucasus region there, and if one would come to want to speculate, say the whole of them black. But in the Bible, it declares who they are. But anyway, them say I'm black, so this is the first attack. And when them say Noah naked this, it's ambiguous because exactly what they mean by him seeing father naked, or it kind of give let me not even go in that. Let me just leave that alone, because there's another inference there, so I'm not going to touch that. But anyway, so because him look upon him father nakedness, him father cursed not Ham, him cursed Canaan. And these are the groundwork where them are lay for the future. So now, and like I said, this are them evolution. So now, from Shem, come all the way to Arfax, or Arvad, something like that, to Terra. With Terra now turn out to be Abraham father. So Abraham I come from the Shemitic, but really I'm not Shemitic, a Semitic, because of the mixture for the years, the thousands of years between them and the Asiatic, the Afro-Asiatics. So they become Semitic. But them are tricky now when I talk about Shem. And them say Shem. So anyway, to Abraham. Now them say Abraham born in one place named Haran. And when I check out the name, let me go back to Terra. Because there are names Now let me hold off on that for a second. When you go from Shem to Arvas to, I don't know if I pronounce the name right, to Noah. Not to Noah, to Abraham. Abraham but the birth in one place named Aran. And according to them story, after Abraham born, him lift up out of Aran, him and him family. And him move and turn him face to the land of Canaan. So me tell us them set up them for the future. Them lay the foundation. The curse from which them declares black, to Canaan, and Canaan are going to be the one who them are enslave. Because him are going to be a servant. Alright? But look for him father nakedness, but the son Canaan get cursed. But that are just the storyline, the setup for them future endeavors against I and I. Now, I'll show you. So, back to Abraham now. Him left Aaron with Sarai, his wife, or Sarah, and Lot, and the household, meaning him and him people them. Him lift up out of Aaron. Literally, when you read them story and read the Bible, you realize that I run him run. Because danger was like them did a hunt him, say me escape and come in Canaan. But the way them write the Bible, they make it look like say a religious awakening, and them come in a Canaan via, and God, when him enter in a Canaan, God make him a promise. But watch it now. God called him in a Genesis 12. Now, this is how I and I come to pray. Same white. Now, after God called him in a Canaan, and God tell him, say, all of them land in a Canaan where you said, I'm going to give it to you. All you have to do is just worship me. Theme God. That's what theme God tell him. Worship me. And everything you're going to get. Now, famine coming at the land. And when famine coming at the land, in the land of Canaan, Abraham decide. God never tell him him decide to enter in Egypt. Now, when him enter in Egypt now, this is way him do now. When him come near to Egypt, him said to his wife, that he said unto Sarah, his wife, behold, now I know that thou art a fair woman to look upon. Therefore it shall come to pass when the Egyptians shall see thee, that they shall say, this is his wife, and they will kill me, but they will save thee alive. Say, I pray thee, thou art my sister, that it may be well with me for thy sake, and my soul shall live because of thee. Now, we're going to return back to the fear. Now, when I and I look up the word fear, dictionary speaking, the word fear really means pure, unblemished, pale, white. And if you go, that are just a skin type, and if you go beyond that and go reference to ear, it means blonde hair. So therefore, Sarah, white. Now, and identify Sarah being white is just part. It's to lay a foundation or string, show correlation, or let me call it within I and I, far eye view, reveal about these people. Now, when Abraham said what him said to Sarah, It indicates that Abraham had previous knowledge about the Egyptian them. Now, if he had previous knowledge about the Egyptian them, therefore, what kind of information him get about the Egyptian them? Obviously, him get information that the Egyptian them are some diabolical people. And them known to take a man, woman, and all these things. But when you check out the Egyptian them vibration, you realize it is not so. How do I come to this conclusion? When Abraham lied and said, Sarah, I'm sister, the Egyptian them give him wealth. So much wealth to the point where man lot all kick off. And war. No, them not war. Them decide to separate because Abraham say him not go war with him kinfolk. So them go two different directions, and I saw Lot him now end up in a beyond the Jordan, you know, in where we come back later in the Bible and find out him Sodom and Gomorrah. Yeah. No. Another indicator when I use the Hebrew, they said Terah. Terah is another that Abraham father, and that name the reference in white, light or white. Light could be the light where you see in the sky, or white could be white as skin, right? Nahar is a Abraham brother. Fame name it means rest of light, right? Now, these are the other indicator now. Laban means white. So these are Abraham family them. Laban and cousin. Right? I think now Laban and Nahar, Abraham brother. Laban a him son. Right? So these are just indications of show and I said these people white. And not only that, every time I'm come in contact with I and I, it's always some negative vibration. And I'll show you what I mean. The propaganda when them spread about Egypt, so Egypt is a wicked place. And the Egyptian them wicked. Yet it show Abraham people them. Abraham say Abraham is a deceiver and he's a liar. And not only is a liar, I'm going to save that for another vibration. But Abraham, when him do the deception, the bread him lie say Sarah and him sister. When the Egyptian find out, let me show you something. And I have to pay attention. Let me read something to you. Let me revisit that story. Now, let me take it back. It says, and my soul shall live because of thee. And it came to pass that when Abram was come into Egypt, the Egyptian beheld the woman, and that she was very fair, very white. The prince also of Pharaoh saw her and commended her before Pharaoh. And the woman was taken into Pharaoh's house, and he entreated Abram well. Listen, you know, he entreated Abram well for her sake. And he had sheep and oxen, and he has asses, men servant and maiden servant, and she horses and camels. And the Lord, listen to this now, this is where the G come in now. For them God no step in now. The Lord plagued Pharaoh and his house with great plagues because of Sarah, Abram's wife. And the Pharaoh called Abram and said, listen to the Pharaoh now, you know. What is this that thou hast done unto me? Why didst done unto me? Why didst thou not tell me that she was thy wife? I don't know how the Pharaoh come to declare so she am wife, but why saidest thou she is my sister, so I might have taken her to me to wife? No, therefore, behold, thy wife, take her and go thy way. And the Pharaoh commanded his men concerning him, and they sent him away, and his wife, and all he had. Now, being that Egypt is a black land, you can see why Sarah stand out because she white. So this is why, and think about it too. Sometimes them people and them story, when they read it, think about the story. Egypt would have be equivalent to like how America run today. Or any other country for that matter where people come in and out to get work or for better living, for prosperity. So Egypt would have be, let's use contemporary, let's use America. America would be a good example. So you want to tell me, say, the fear and have nothing to do that. Sarah and Abraham would have come through and them recognize them. So therefore, it must be a reason why them stand out. Where even the prince and even let's say the gatekeeper them see them. So them obviously was white. So this is another reason why indicate to I and I say, yeah, them white. Now, you note the Pharaoh give Abraham a whole heap of things. And it mean from one time for sure so the Pharaoh give him Agar. Now Egyptian, if you know anything about African stories, Africans don't give away them woman. You understand? Them not give away them woman. So that evening itself for sure say it must have been a great sin to the Pharaoh to do such a thing. For one to make amends. Now, how I and I come to this conclusion is that I and I recognize Abraham and them unscrupulous, but the Pharaoh work with a high moral science. You know what I mean? And the reason why Abraham got so many wealth from the Pharaoh because the Pharaoh really commit a grave sin in relation to the laws that govern the Egyptian society, which is the law Mayat, M-A-T-T, or in some instances historians call the 42 negative confession. Now me I'll give you some, read off some of the, because these are out of this, but the difference with this law is an internal. It's not one where you have thou shall not. It's an internal. Now listen to these affirmations from the Egyptian laws that govern the society, them social order. I have not committed sin. Alright? I have not committed robbery with violence. I have not stolen. I have not slain men or women. I have not stolen food. I have not swindled offerings. I have not stolen from God. I have not told lies. These are the one where Abraham violate with them lies. But he wouldn't violate because this don't mean nothing to him. Because them not have no morals and no scruples. I have not carried away food. I have not cursed. I have not closed my ears to truth. I have not committed adultery. This are the one why I have not committed adultery. This is the one where the fear of. Because when in the Egyptian society, these kind of sins would mean a detriment to the afterlife, and all the Egyptians them where the Christians them when I say judgment, but them deal with the afterlife and deal with reincarnation. Is that to the point wherein to show you the levels of these people, social and moral, high moral standing. When them go in front of them so-called judgment seat, them heart is weighed against a feather. If you know a light, a feather is real light versus the heart. And this now determines where them go over into the afterlife. So in the physical space, during them lifetime, they strive to live more than righteous. So this is what Abraham come and do. And disrupt the order. Or the spiritual well-being of the Pharaoh. And this is why the Pharaoh run them out and give him a guard. Now, when I continue and I reference and I declare them being white, and it's a one set of people. When you come down to it, when you look on the area where them come from, and these are when you talk about the Assyrians, the Babylonians, the Persians, the Hittites, the Amorites, who else? Present day Iraq, Iran, Turkey, Syria, all the way come all the way down into the Middle East, and all of these places governed by the Indo-Europeans. And as time progress and they mix, and now them call them come all the way down to the Islamic people them, because they said set of people them were amongst themselves. But when you check it out, are white people. These are white people who come and disrupt the Asiatic world, the Afro-Asiatic world, and take control of it. And hence, this is why I mentioned say Father Abraham, because if you go by the biblical perspective and the Islamic people, because the Islamic Shem no Shem. Islam manifests out of the said Egyptian woman named Agar. Pharaoh's son Ishmael is the father of the people when called the Arab, the Islamic people. Them come out of the bloodline of Shem, which is Father Abraham Pitney again. So, what I'm trying to show and prove is that from them time then till now, and if you notice, Abraham and Noah curse Ham's son Canaan, which is blackness, and declare them slave. And I'm going to show you a thing. Let me draw for them this book here. This book, and we're going to look up the word Ham. I'm going to show you how them write Ham in another book here. The definition for Ham. Because I for sure you say these people, from them time till now, from Noah time till now, at over 6,000 years, about 6,000 years, and them not change. Them sentiments and them attitude towards I and I. Now, listen how it define oblique, curve, inferior, hot, blackened. Now, this, notice the word of them inferior. So these are the mindset of the sentiments of the Abrahamic, from Noah come all the way down to Abraham, all the way down to present time. These people consider I and I them enemy. And historically, when you go to the historical, the war went in the Bible, and this what I mean in the Bible now. If you notice in the Bible, there's a war between a certain set of people. You have the Canaanites, and these are the people where the Hebrew Israelite destroyed and take them land according to them and God give them. So therefore, what that declares say, what them call the Middle East today, that are Israel today, Lebanon, all of these places in the Middle East, that's are the Canaanites land. And if are the Canaanites land, them, that means they are black people. Because Cush begat, begat Cush, and Mitzrayim put, and Canaan and all of these people. So all of these people are black people. And the Hebrew people, them who are the northerners, were coming. And how them preserve themselves from them time. Abraham devised, because of him lay the foundation and then build upon it. Him now, what you call the leadership of them create all of their children when them have in the Canaanite area. Them always have them for them wife. Them have to go back to Aaron to get a wife. Case in point, when Isaac, Rebecca. And in truth and in fact, Abraham's first seed was Ishmael. But Ishmael is a half-breed. But Isaac became the one who have to inherit. Because Sarah wasn't going to allow no half-breed, which will be Ishmael, for rule. She a pure breed, because between she and Abraham, them white, so Isaac white. So Isaac I forget them legacy, because them have come from all the way from Aaron and tried together as husband and wife. So there is no way they could have relinquished to Ishmael. So Ishmael have to get runway. And I saw now. And then keep. And I saw them keep. And this is all the separatist ideology. Because when time for Isaac get a wife, Abraham tell him servant, because Abraham up in a age and him declare and him say, yo, don't make him have take a Canaanite. That means don't make him take a black woman. Send back to my kin folks them in Aaron. And I saw Rebecca come in. And she come in white for maintain. Because this is how them survive in the black world. Them interbreed. I saw now it evolve and them keep it like that, and it evolve, and as time progress, the interbreeding stay within the elite circle. The elite circle of leadership. And as you can, if you bear witness and study history, up until this present day, the elites, the rich people, them breed amongst themselves, just like the monarchy. Use the monarchy for example. Them breed amongst themselves. Cousin and they with cousin and all these things, brother and sister and all these things. But that is not. People look at ones who look on it and say nastiness. But if you look through the lens of survival, this is how they maintain them bloodline. Survival and carry on them legacy. So when I and I sit down And I take this thing as a joke and take it like these people strive and aim for our destruction. Worse in a modern technology than them biological germ warfare. And them CRISPR technology. CRISPR is a tool, a bioengineering tool, and them can write and re-edit your DNA. That means that them can, and right now them to the point now we're in the same CRISPR technology, them develop out of that now evolve partiogenesis. That means them not need no man for continue procreation. Them can make woman recycle and breed onto themselves. But the only problem with that type of technology, there won't be any male. And just a woman them continue having woman and woman and woman. Because that's how the technology set. And now ask yourself, who that would affect? Based on all them people from 6,000 years ago, them people that moved the way them are moved to present time. Who that technology are going to affect? So these are the things, and this is why I and I as a Rastafari is a survival trad. And I must stand up on the foundation of truth and recognize. You see it? And know your enemy. And don't be afraid when you declare and identify your enemy. Don't be when them put labels on you. Because right away them are going to label you and say, oh, you're a racist and you hate and this and that. And those them and those who integrate and believe say this brotherhood thing. It's a fallacy. And they don't love you. And if you believe so them love you, why is it that we are still suffering so? When them know the wrong that they have done, why them not correct it? There's no love there, survival, and they will use love to manipulate you. So I and I have to come into the realization, and for not once and once, them and those, them don't accept it. But I and I as Rastafari have to look into the reality and the practicality of life and look. And not depend on belief thing and not hope thing. Look to reality. And they have shown us from them time to now. And we can never do no good by them because it matters the good what we do to them. Them just use it to continue their generation and to keep them power. And they have no problem using you to maintain them power. Until they get out of line and then punish you. And then disobey them. Like how them God punish. And if you take note, let me rewrite a little bit. When Abraham lied to the Pharaoh, him do the wickedness to the Pharaoh, you know. Him God plague Pharaoh for him get back him mind like the Pharaoh didn't do something wrong when him deceived the Pharaoh. You see how them God work? Turn back around again when just a little bit when Agar get the youth and Sarah get bad mind and jealous because she not hold a relevance because she couldn't bring forth Abraham child at the time. She started whispering at Abraham all kind of fallacy about Agar until Abraham gave her permission and she beat Agar and Agar run away. Watch how them God step in and go to Agar and tell her, say, listen, a nation will come out of the youth. Just hold it and go back. You see it? And these are not things that I and I make up. It's in them book. It's in them story. You know what I mean? In them story. It's right up in them story. Let me see if I can find it. Which part? Genesis 16, Agar give birth to Ishmael. Yeah, man. Genesis 16. Let me see. Because I have some of it right down, you know. Some of the ones and ones feel like say I and I make up story. Only I and I just interpret them what them writing in them book. You see it? So basically at Genesis 16. Yeah. At this so. And even when them pull up, every time them lie, them God make rational for them. But which is right still. Which is right, and at this I and I Rastafari for come to the realization say I and I gotta for work in I and I behalf, and anything that I and I collectively sanction, I and I gotta for sanction it. Cause I saw for them God work. You know? It no matter how you see them write it. Them God. Them never wrong in them God eyes yet. You see it? At least in them evolutionary state. Them God protect them. And rationalize away them lies and wickedness. See them God defend it. And enough of ones out here. One believes that God is one and God is for all. Ask yourself this question, and this is a question I ask you. How does God give justice, the white man wickedness and oppression against I and I? And the white man is the one who do it. And if we and the white man have the same God, how God bring justice or justify, because him are the one God? I'm going to leave you with that question if you ponder. And anyone who would like to comment to I and I upon it or address I and I upon it, please do. Because I and I is waiting. Because I really want to know if all of we have the same God, how does God split justice between we and white people wickedness against I and I? Yes, so I and I just again to recap, referencing the Hebrew people them, Abraham people them, and I show you say them white, and them are the same set of people. They hear about the Assyrians, the Persians, the Babylonian in Mesopotamia, and that different from which time frame too. After the Akkadians them, all of these people, and the Aryans them, all of these people are Indo-European people them, will come down in the black world, the Asiatic world, the Indus Coast Valley, Canaan, Egypt, and wreak havoc and destroy I and I culture. Destroy everything that I and I built for thousands of years. Them come and destroy. But it never happened overnight. 6,000 years until right now. And if you want to know how the 6,000 years, if you add up the genealogy, take it from Noah time all the way to the genealogy from Shem, Ham, and Japheth, come all the way down. Come from Shem bloodline, come all the way through. It will add up to 6,000 years presently. So 6,000 years, and if you check historically, I and I civilizations, I and I civil culture. I mean, I like use the word civilization, guys. Them civil lie and them shun. I and I civil authority, civil culture. Them disrupt it. Over about 6,000 years now, I and them are go through it. But I and I keep dealing with them on the principle of my heart. Them now work with that. They are not going to be fear and screw with us, because really and truly, and this is the truth, biologically, and this is why Abraham designed the interbreeding, because from Noah time come all the way to Abraham born, them recognize the Afro-Asiatic absorb them. So Abraham is the one figure it out, and that's why the interbreeding for distinct and clear distinction with them. But what them do, them keep it amongst the leadership, the elite, and then them disseminate them ideology. And if you think a lie, look on I and I today. Whole heap of I and I, black skin, but our mind is milky, white. We aspire to be white and hate the fact that we're black. The milky ones them. It's nothing new. So it's a mindset. And this is why I and I have to reclaim our sovereign mindset. And I and I can declare I and I own God. That's why I and I declare Rastafari's Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I. It's a sovereign mindset that. And realign ourselves and reconnecting I and I self to I and I relationship with its Ethiopia. Africa as I and I advance in Ankh Nation. The Ankh Nation continent, because a foreign and invaders name it. But they want to name it, so which is only right for I and I rename it, or I and I want to read it. And the Ankh is the perfect name, Ankh Nation, because we are the people who give life. Ham is not the last, as them put it in the Bible story. The people are the black people are the first set of people on the planet Earth. And I and I know this without even in them books. There is a little island over there, the Adamans Islands. And these people, you have the Solomon Islands and the Adaman Islands over in Southeast Asia, they over one of them side. And these people now, the white people don't go there. And when you see them, because they make videos stay for or make video of them, and them still a shoot bone or a spear, them black. And them have the intermingling with the white people yet. But the white people, they must stay white for now. Make them ears to some proper rich, natural with gold or diamond or anything up in there. And see if them not go up in there, propagate an excuse to go up and destroy the people, man, go take with that. Like how them been doing everywhere else. But for right now, them people, them just look on them as them look a pet peeve and I watch them. You see? So this is another indicator to show I and I as Ankh Nation. Black people populate the planet Earth. And every culture, if you go through, as you go at them foundation and them root, you will find the blackness. Know what I mean? I mean I refer to the blackness, but now I refer to the black skin. The milky ones, I talk about blackness. The carbonated ones, them are enough for one. The conscious community lifestyle, melanated people. I prefer carbon. Carbon sound healthy and strong. The carbonated people then, which is I and I, where popularized Africans, Ethiopians, Kushites, Sudan, Neolithic, Bantu, you name it. I and I see different regions on the planet, in the region of Africa. Them define them and call them many different names, but one set of people see me, I and I, blackness, one accord. And at that Rastafari come to restore the gathering of the Ankh Nation, Ethiopian, African, Caribbean, African unity. From diaspora to the continent, one accord, one God, one aim, one destiny. And that's it there. Survival trad. Because we are living in dangerous times now. And check out and look. Again, keep saying it. Don't take them pandemic lightly. test them and test out them biological germ affairs for I and I. And a family for another onslaught. Yeah. And that's how them thing there. Because them recognize them a get in the earth. So guess what them a do? Them a go all of the resources, them especially on the food side of things, and clamp down on it, and then make us starve and dead off. Because of them things that them do, and create a kind of chaos and panic. And like I said, them test the waters the other day and them see how we respond. And the truth be told, we respond like sheep, docile. So them know say them GMO engineering a work. But anyway, I'm going to leave it there so. But no say, I and I as Rastafari have to know. We have to recognize and come to terms and identify the enemy and work in accordance and start come together as one before it's too late. And it's knocking dangers right upon our heel step. I and I so far, historically observation, we like to react. We don't preempt. We always react. And this is how we always get caught. Lacking, as the young youth them would say now, we caught us lacking. And it's really lacking because we lack the vision and the sight to recognize who they are in relation to us. And we always try aim and please. Something again, give thanks for the time and thank each and everyone who take the time to listen to I word sound and know say I speak Rastafari and I give Rastafari the foundation in word sound for I to use up the far eye and see beyond what is obvious and come together as one. One force, one people, one God, Emperor Haile Selassie, Jah Rastafari, one aim. Return to the Ankh Nation continent. Organize and centralize our resources within these foreign lands towards the Ankh Nation continent. Bringing the renewal, the redeem, because I and I come for redeem. The redemptive energy as Rastafari. Because I and I can't go return back home as with the mind of the conqueror. We have to go with that redemptive and that unifying unity. The love of I and I people. Survival. Return back to that Ankh Nation continent. Yeah man, and reclaim and once again become stewards of the earth as it was in the past. As it was in the beginning, so shall it be in the end. Jah Rastafari. Live and reign in an I and I continually. Jah Rastafari. Without apology. Sealer.